So I am on my way to CNS because they gave me a call and said I need to see this truck. Apparently they have a very special project that they're working on, and we're going to take a quick look at it. So hang tight, I'll be right back. So you were looking at a 2019 Ford F450 limited edition truck. Now this truck may look black at some angles, but it's actually magma red. It really looks black to me, but you hit it at the right time of day, at the right lighting, and it's a dark, 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 dark red. It's got a lot of custom upgrades that have been done to it, including a front and rear Road Armor Identity Series bumper that have both been color matched to the truck. The front is completely loaded with rigid LED lights. It's got 3 on each side plus 7 down the center, and it's got the really unique little light strips that are included on the Identity Series bumpers. Looking at the back of the truck, again, Identity Series bumpers back here. These are Road Armor, color matched in magma red to the truck. Limited series template across the back of it, and you can see how they have the nice contrasting taillight plates that cover the LEDs that are in the bumper. All right, so I'm here with Clifford. He is actually the architect of this really beautiful looking truck. Limited edition F450, put the bumpers on. I'm sorry, are you sending a text message right now?
Oh, well, I'm actually about to show you how this 13-inch lift works.
You say 13-inch lift?
13-inch lift. You can have your stock height and stock tires on the weekends, get your gas mileage. On the weekends, throw your 42s underneath it, and drive around with this toy.
This is crazy. So this is how I would drive it around with a fifth wheel hooked to the back and a nice suspension lift on the fifth wheel. Can you do this to the fifth wheel as well, as a question?
I believe if you talk to Aaron over at AnyLevel, I'm pretty sure he'll design it for you. It just comes with the same chunk of change that comes with this lift.
So what you're telling me is that you can completely wirelessly control the height of this truck from almost stock all the way up to how high? 15 inches?
13-inch.
13-inch lift through your smartphone.
Yeah, and what's crazy is with this lift kit, unlike all the other adjustable lift kits, this one, your steering wheel actually stays perfectly straight all the way through the motions of the height.
What about the turning angle on the wheels? Do you still get your same wide track turning angle?
You maintain your factory 450 turning angles. Your steering wheel stays straight. You actually get a way better ride because you're eliminating the leaf springs in the back. You have a triangulated 4-link in the front and an 8-link in the back.
Wow.
Therefore, your airbags actually move up, stay in the same position as your lift goes up and down, so you don't lose the ride quality on your airbags or on the coilovers.
So I know some systems that can kind of do something similar to this rely solely on airbags to do it.
Correct.
Right? So what's the difference between this type of setup versus an airbag setup only?
So on this setup, this actually moves up and down due to the hydraulic rams.
Okay.
That's what provides the lift. The airbags are actually strictly for the towing capacity of the truck.
Oh, okay.
So, and right now, I think these airbags only have 10 pounds in them. But once you haul, your 40-foot gooseneck, you fill those up to 50, 60 pounds, and you don't even feel that trailer back there.
Wow. Let's take a look at the front suspension.
So you have a triangulated 4-link system here for your lift. Then you have your coilovers with your hydraulic rams, so you're still riding on a coilover shock.
Now, on this kit, does this require any welding to put in place, or is it all bolt-on?
It is. There's a lot of customizations that are done. You lose your factory coil bucket that was right here. All that gets re-welded shut. It gets cleaned up and repainted to give room for the actuators to move up and down.
Okay. So wow, this is truly a custom setup, right? If you go to this, it's not, I'm going to drop it off and pick it up later on in the afternoon. This is a 2 to 3 week build. Really?
Yeah.
That is really cool.
What's really crazy, what makes them different from all the other lift companies out there, is your adjustable track bar and drag link. As you're going up through the motions, your drag link is actually sliding on this slider here, keeping your steering wheel straight. And then on top of that, in order to help with your steering for your 42s, you actually have to send the gearbox off to get ported, and it gives you a hydraulic steering assist.
42s, right?
So you can drive down the road with your 42s with one finger on the steering wheel.
Wow, really?
Holding yourself straight. It's not going to pull, or you know, you can rotate on that dime in the parking lot with your 450 still.
Wow, that is cool.
Yeah.
So Clifford is actually about to take me for a ride in this truck so he can demonstrate just how smooth it rides with this highly modified suspension system. See how it goes. Now you're putting these shims in to help preset it at the height you want it at, correct, when it's all the way down?
Correct. With 3 shims per side, it actually stops the bump stops from riding on the axles. So it gives you just the right amount of clearance, so you want just
Okay, so we're about to take off. Did you raise it up at all, or are we still down all the way?
We're all the way up at 13 inches now.
So we're up at 13 inches in the air right now. It's pretty crazy.
So along with the ride controller app, there's buttons mounted on the dash right here to go up and down.
Okay. So if for some reason your phone gets lost or stolen, you can still adjust the ride height.
Right. Or you know, if you get bored while you're driving, you know, you can. No.
And he's got this truck fully tuned and deleted too, right?
Yeah, this truck's pushing 1,000 horsepower at the rear end. He's got a
1,000 horsepower, not 1,000 pound-feet of torque, 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah, he's got a 5-inch full stainless steel exhaust going front to back, an EasyLink tuner built into it, so you're able to adjust your truck settings from your phone through the EasyLink app.
That's very cool.
Can you go down a bumpy road?
Sure.
And after driving this thing back from New York, it was just a night and day difference between my BDS kit and this AnyLevel kit.
Oh, this feels smooth. It really does.
It rides so smooth.
Yeah, this rides significantly smoother than my truck does.
All right, no jerking, no shuddering.
The shuddering's the big one. Traditionally, there's a ton of shuddering in a 450, especially when you don't have a load in the back of it. That's kind of the key. It's all that unsprung tension of those springs that want something to weigh them down. And this is a really rough ride. There's a ton of stuff in the back here, so that's the reason why you're hearing things clattering.
Yeah, this thing rides like a half-ton truck. Pulls like a semi.
Yep. And this guy tows with it too. He's got some big trailers. Does he put a gooseneck in this, or is he pretty much pulling just heavy bumper pull trailers?
He actually puts a gooseneck and a bumper pull on it, just depending on what job he's doing that day.
And by the way, the wheels and tires that are on here are coming off. He's actually going to be throwing, what, 24s on here?
They're going to be 42-inch tires on 28s.
So Clifford just informed me on something that's really crazy. So the front wheels on this truck are actually going to be super singles, and the rear are going to be 10-inch wide wheels, dually wheels. So this is going to have a super aggressive stance to it once he's done. Now this is a very unique truck. So even though it's going to be a show truck, he also uses this for work. So this isn't just a truck that's going to be on show. You could very well see this truck pulling a gooseneck down the road or pulling another type of trailer. And there's another truck that I've already shown on my channel briefly that he actually built up. It was a 450, the previous body style, and he did a lot of customization to that truck as well, but nothing close to what this truck's going through. So we are pulling back up in the back area of CNS. This is a really crazy, aggressive setup. Not everyone's going to love it. You know, this is absolutely a very customized truck for a very specific individual that's looking for this type of truck. But more importantly than anything, to see that you can do this to a truck like this is pretty amazing. And that's the awesome part. I mean, you guys have essentially taken a brand new 2019 Limited, and you've done, how much stuff have you removed from this truck? You've had to remove stuff to make clearance for the new kit, and then you've had to add components. This is a very custom operation here.
Oh, absolutely. It would take a solid 3 weeks to get this truck built from start to finish.
Man. Well, this is really cool. I don't know if he wants to share, but let's just say a customer wants to come in and get this done to their 2019 Platinum Limited, King Ranch, whatever they bring in here. What can someone expect to pay?
About as much as a house.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And a lot of it's labor, right? A lot of it's just knowing how to do the work to to do it correctly, I imagine.
There's a lot of labor involved, but really the parts on this truck were all the highest quality parts, the best paint jobs, the best lift kit you can buy. I mean, you're really getting what you pay for with this build.
Really? Well, there's a lot that goes into it, a lot of engineering and design. And just the fact that you can do this to a truck, drive down the road and feel like you're in, I'm not going to say it feels like a half ton, but I will say it feels like maybe a stock 3/4 ton. Right? Nice and smooth. It doesn't have a jarring ride to it at all. It's definitely a comfortable ride, especially compared to a stock F450, which has very, very stiff suspension in the back when you're not towing anything. Clifford, I really appreciate it, man. You guys blow me away. You guys do some really outstanding projects here. Guys, this just gives you a demonstration of how good a work they can do, just how fancy and complex. I mean, they do it all here. So appreciate your time, man.
Thanks, JD.
So guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.